Hello, Norman. Hello.
Hi, Marlene. How you doing?
Okay, trying to fix my screen. I only see half of the screen. Okay. I think I'm going to launch it again. So I'll be back.
Okay.
We'll be here.
Oh, okay. Hey, Gayla.
Hi, Gayla.
Hey,
Welcome, everyone. We'll be getting started in a few minutes. We have a new program at GetSetUp now where we have teacher assistants that are helping out. So I won't be staying for the full session, but I believe Victor will be staying in. Victor, is that correct? You'll be.
Yeah, Norman, I will be here for the full session.
So, you can address your chat questions to in the chat. He will be monitoring that, and I will just stay in for a few more minutes just to make sure we get started.
all right. Well, we'll have to talk about you when you leave then, Norm.
That's okay. Wouldn't be the first time.
Norman, your host again. I have for sure stream live. I'll be leaving. Victor will be assisting you from now.
Very good. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. I'm back.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
All right.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hi, how
Susan.
are you?
Hi, Susie.
How are y'all doing?
We are okay here.
Doing great.
It looks like we have a lot of camera shy people today.
Oh, yeah. We got to work on that.
Yeah. Don't be shy, everyone. Come on, committee. We'd love to see you. Thank you, Leslie. Especially since this is mostly a discussion, not a class. So always glad to see you. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Grisha.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care what your home looks like. We're not here to judge. Hi, Shireen. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Siad. Welcome. So for those of you that just joined us, we do have someone new helping us today. His name is Victor. He'll be doing what I've been doing in the past. He'll be monitoring the chat so you can address your questions there. And as I'm sure we always do, we'll have another lively conversation with Marlene leading us.
Hi, Norman. Good afternoon.
Hello,
Hey.
Viola.
Hi, this is Carolyn Dean. How's
Hi,
everyone?
Carolyn. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. So again, for those of you who just joined, if you need any tech help, go ahead and put that request in chat. Victor will be here to help us. I'll be stepping out after a few moments, but Victor will be glad to help you.
Okay.
Okay, Marlene, whenever you're ready.
All right. So glad to see everybody here today. How's everybody week been going?
Fine. Really
Yeah,
good.
this is the holiday week, kind of, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a very holy week for some, and so it's good to see all of you. And I'm glad you came today. So I sent the recipe today, and the recipe today was vegan hearts of palm, and it actually is supposed to be a mock po' boy sandwich, and it's Cajun mayo with it. So the recipe is the one that I submitted today. And if you don't know what hearts of palm look like, I don't know if you can see it. This is in a glass jar, but this is in brine. And usually I rinse it off, and before I prepare it. So I suggest you can probably find it. Well, you can find it at Walmart, I know. And I know they have it at Kroger's. Walmart has their own selection, and Myers also has it.
They have it at Costco too.
Oh, okay.
Costco.
Trader
Joe's. Trader Joe's, I've seen
Trader
it.
Joe's. Okay. And then I'm sure Whole Foods have it, of course.
Yeah.
But I think you'll enjoy the recipe. It's like I said, a poor boy sandwich. And if you've gone to Louisiana, you may be familiar with that sandwich. In the South, they tend to do the po' boys. Okay, so how's everybody doing? You have any questions, any concerns that we can kind of talk about today?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I just bought some palm hearts, but to make crab cakes.
Okay, yes.
But it's not real crab cakes.
Right. Right.
Is it similar to the poor boy sandwich? I don't know.
It's similar to that. We use the wakame, and you might use dulse or one of those other seaweeds that come to give you that fishy flavor.
Okay.
And generally I use a fish, Old Bay. I use Old Bay in
I
mine.
bought Old Bay, yeah.
Okay. And so did you buy wakame or dulse or anything of that nature? You
No,
don't necessarily have to have it.
but I
It's
did
just-
buy it in the can though. It was in the can. You said it was in a bottle. Mine's in a can.
Okay. Well, it's in a can. They have it. I have it in a can from Myers. I have the Hearts of Palm in the can from Myers. This was from Kroger's. This
But
glass.
is it better in the glass or in the can? Or does it make a difference?
Well, you know, everybody always, if you're going to choose between can and glass is always more acceptable.
That's what I
Can
thought.
seems to have those other, it's still salty, you know, you still have to rinse it off.
Mhm.
But just the idea of something in a can seems to use more sodium to preserve.
Right, okay.
I have a question. Doesn't Old Bay have a lot of sodium in it? That's something I watch and
Yeah. Well, it would depend on what you consider to be a lot of sodium. I don't use a lot of the Old Bay, but I do use it to give it a fishy flavor. Now, you can use something else if you like that will add to your taste. It's really all about your taste. You're free. I tell people, be free with your seasoning. Be free with what you want to use for your taste. I like it. I like Old Bay, and I use a little bit of it because I want to get that little. They have something sense about a little fishy flavor, but you may have something else you want to use. I bought some fish flavoring from the Buck Food place. It was combined with chili powder and some other kind of seasoning. Just wasn't sure what was in it, but it was pretty good too. So I think you just have to kind of choose what you like. And if you're going to use, not use Old Bay, you still can use your wakame and the dulse for that fishy or the seafood flavor. Anyone
not
else have a
familiar.
suggestion that you can use
What?
that?
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, what are the two that you're suggesting? I don't think I've ever heard of either of them.
Wakame, they're all and dulse, Dulse. And dulse will come in a powder sometime.
Oh, I've seen
Wakame
it.
yeah, you've seen dulse? Okay, yeah.
How do you spell that?
Dulse. How you doing, Linda?
Hi.
Hey.
I think I've ever heard of that.
You've never heard of it?
I just put a link to it in the chat. It's
Thank
a
you.
really
thank
long
you.
link. They
Thank
sell
you.
it at Walmart.
Yeah, they have it at Walmart and then in some of the health food stores. They also have dulse with garlic, plain dulse, and I brought mine in a shaker form, so you just shake it out. So, and then the wakame I use mine is dried, and it's a dried form, and then I just have to crumble it. And normally the dried form you'll see at the the Oriental markets. Mm-hmm. Anyone else have a suggestion of something she can use besides Old Bay as a seasoning?
No, I use that other stuff. As a matter of fact, I use that along with the Hearts of Palm to make sushi. I mix some spicy mayo in there, and it's delicious. And even marinated some tomato pulp and made it spicy.
Yeah,
made delicious sushi.
Yeah. What were you saying, Linda?
I said, wow. That sounds good.
Yeah, it to me, I love it. I use it for the crab. I use it for the crab too, Karen.
Okay.
And I love it with the crab. I just used you'll notice that we're going to have what is it? Crumbs. Breadcrumbs. I use breadcrumbs on mine just to give it a more crispier taste.
I bought whole wheat breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Well, tell us how you like it.
Okay.
From Gina to everyone, recipes. Somebody was saying recipes. The recipe is going to be, I think, attached to the notes.
Mhm.
They're attached to the notes. So that recipe will be attached to the notes.
Thank you.
Did someone else have a question about that or anything really?
I
'Cause
have a
I
question.
I have a recipe,
Oh,
Oh, you
but
do?
it's so easy that
Good.
you don't even need to write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house Sunday night for it's Passover, Passover Seder.
Okay.
And one of the foods that she served for the meal was she had all kinds of different eaters there. She had foods for people on low sodium, vegetarians, vegans, everybody. So
that's a real friend. That's
yeah,
a real
that's
friend.
right. Says, okay, that food's for you. That food's for you. So what she did is she baked sweet potatoes, and then she scooped out the inside, left the shell, and she mixed the inside with some almond butter, which is like peanut butter, but it's almonds. And then she put that back into the shells and just browned it a little bit. And it was out of this world. And what could be easier,
Right.
And so the protein, you could actually use peanut butter too, but peanut butter's sort of a no-no on Passover. So she used almond butter.
Oh.
Linda, are you saying it's just a combination of baked, scooped out sweet potato and almond butter? Just that combination? Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you could put cinnamon in it too, That's probably what I would do, but it was really good.
how much almond butter?
I didn't ask her, but it tasted like maybe there was a teaspoon of it in each one, in each sweet potato. I guess you can't put too much in because otherwise it would overwhelm it. But
did the almond butter, was it the one, that's what I buy, with the nuts in it, or is it smooth, creamy or chunky, I guess is what I'm
it was smooth. It was smooth. And probably, if I was making it, I'd probably put a little bit more of the almond butter in, or if it was some other part of the year, I'd put peanut butter in, but it was really good.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. And I use peanut butter powder and almond powder, during the year. So that would be even better because then you wouldn't have the high fat content.
I eat a lot of almond butter, and I want to know what you think about the powder because I've often thought of getting it.
I really like it.
Do you? What do you mix it with? Water?
I mix it with almond milk. I put it in almond yogurt. Do you sense a theme here?
Good. I never thought of that.
But that would make a nice addition to your Easter meal. I don't know if someone haven't decided on what they're going to prepare for Easter. You always got room for sweet potatoes, as they say. So that would make a nice addition to your Easter meal.
Yeah.
So what about an Easter meal? Anybody got any thoughts on any suggestions on what they might prepare for Easter as it's around the corner, or Sunday meal? If you don't celebrate Easter, if it's just for a Sunday meal, do you have anything that you want to that you think we might like to share?
Well, my kids are all vegetarian, and they're coming, and my husband and I are not vegetarian, so it's always a struggle for me to find something. But I found tofurkey hams.
Okay.
I have no idea how good they are or not, but that will be kind of the staple. And then I thought scalloped potatoes made with cream of celery and cheeses would be okay for them, instead of like a cream of chicken or something in there to give it a little bit of creaminess, and some sort of a vegetable, but doesn't sound very exciting.
Do they eat dairy products?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
They're and some of them even eat seafood.
Yeah, you'll do fine, because if you have vegetables, and only as long as you don't season them with meat,
right?
A lot of people will season, their vegetables with some kind of meat.
Yeah,
you will do good with that, with your choice of your recipes that you've chosen seem to be in check.
I want
I
to
really
suggest
like that.
quinoa. Sorry.
Oh, I was
I
just
wanna
gonna say, I
suggest
really love
quinoa.
your,
What? Excuse me.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I can't see the whole screen. That's why.
I know.
Yeah,
So
'cause
why don't
I'm
we
on
go,
my
Sherry? Is it Sherry?
Shireen.
Shireen, and then we'll go back to Linda. Is that okay, Linda?
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
I was just gonna say, I'm excited about your sweet potato recipe because I love sweet potatoes. Who doesn't like them, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm going to try that for sure. They'll be here Friday through Sunday, so I have a number of meals to do, and that is gonna be on my list.
Oh, good.
You can put some pecans on top of those. Oh, that would,
Oh, yeah.
Brown sugar, a little cinnamon.
or maybe some coconut, a little
Yeah.
sprinkled coconut. You could
Yeah,
almost make you a cake out of the potato. I mean, a pie out of the
Oh.
potato, right?
it is
Oh,
more like
yeah.
a dessert. Yeah.
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 That's a great idea.
Yeah. Anyone else have any suggestions for us as we prepare for Sunday?
Yeah, I
Linda?
wanted to.
If anybody has some good vegetarian recipes, I would be welcoming them. I have, not for Easter, but I have a granddaughter coming who's a vegetarian, and she's going to be staying with me for about a week, and I don't know what to make. Some types of proteins have to be included. So, I was going to say the only thing I can think of is vegetable soup, eggplant parmesan.
Those are good choices.
But I don't know what else. I guess pasta salads.
I have a suggestion.
Marlene has a great recipe.
They don't
Linda
sound
had-
very fancy for an Easter meal, though.
Linda has a suggestion. Linda?
Yeah, I apologize again because when I'm on my computer, I can see
Sure, that's okay.
people are talking, and I'm on my phone. But
Turn it sideways.
oh really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, yeah, it's better. Anyway, I recently got into quinoa, and I made the mistake of making the whole package, and now there's enough quinoa for about 3 months.
I bet it swells up. It's like spaghetti, right?
Yeah, it swells up, but
You know what
it's
I just
really
thought
good.
of? I've been using kasha. You know what kasha is?
Yeah,
Instead of, because I'm gluten-free, but it's a really good protein. It's buckwheat groats. I use that in place of barley in soups. Anyway, I'm finding ways to make that. Even like fried rice, you can use that instead of fried rice. And maybe you can do that with quinoa. I'm not sure.
yeah, quinoa is a protein. It's a complete protein.
Can I just mention something? I make a lot of quinoa. I happen to love, by the way, kasha. It's got a wonderful with mushroom. Oh, it's delicious. But Linda, I make a lot of quinoa. I go back to 1990 when, God bless my husband, we used to go to South America a lot and Peru, and I'd say, what is this in the soup? And that was when nobody even knew what quinoa was. But I just want to tell you that I put it in, I freeze it in a flat bag, and I always have a grain available. You make a lot, you put it in a quart, and you freeze it flat. And you can, at the last minute, you can throw it in soups. You can use it with stir fried vegetable, whatever. So don't
Put it on
feel
salad, right?
in a salad. Yeah, anything. I use it all the time. Yeah.
Someone suggested veggie quesadillas. I was looking at the chat room. Have you thought about veggie quesadillas? For she might like that for lunch.
I hadn't, but that's a great idea. Thank you.
They have the tacos. You can do a veggie taco.
Yeah.
Burritos. You can do. I know if she's in her 20s, she's probably into.
Yes.
Maybe some other things she wants, the fast food kind of thing. So burritos, maybe. Someone mentioned gumbo. I saw in the chat room.
So if you guys are 20s, she could be cooking for you.
But What'd
I-
you say?
She she could cook for Helene.
Yeah.
Well, my husband, he doesn't like ham and he's really sick of turkey, so he wants to make his gumbo. He loves it. He makes a big batch. We eat it for three times, and it's got
Okay.
everything.
Okay. So what does he? What kind of meat does he put in it?
He puts in the big shrimp and crab and some kind of alligator sausage, some kind of sausage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
Andouille. It's andouille sausage.
Andouille, thank you.
I'm from Louisiana.
now they do have a vegan. They have a vegan meat substitute. It's I can't remember the company. Maybe you guys can help me. It's Field.
Morning Star.
No, not Morning Star. It's Field something.
Beyond Beef.
Field roast.
Field roast.
Field
There's a-
roast, and then Beyond Beef. But you could use that as sausage if you are.
Right.
They have an Italian one. Beyond Beef, I think has an Italian one.
Yes, they do.
So if you wanted to make something with that, you could.
That sounds good.
She probably would enjoy that.
Thank you.
And you'll be surprised. She probably has in mind some of her own items that she likes. She may bring some. She may bring the food to you. She may decide that you may not want to prepare all of it, and she may have some ideas of her own.
She's coming from a long distance on an
Oh,
airplane.
she is? Okay.
But I'm getting ideas. Thank you. This is a good group. It's fun.
Oh, good. Anyone else want to give us some suggestions? Sunday's coming, and some people don't really know what they're going to prepare, and it's a good. Oh, somebody said do a shish kebab, a vegetable shish kebab with mushrooms on it and onion, the whole bit. I love food, so I could talk about this all day. Listen. But doing a vegetable, that sounds great, especially this time of year. Where are you located?
Are you talking to me still,
Yeah,
Helene? I'm in Sunrise, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Just outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, well, you can grill now.
She's coming from New York, from Brooklyn.
Okay. So you can grill outside if you want it now, couldn't you?
No, not in my condo. They don't allow it.
Oh, okay.
I live in a senior complex with porches on both sides. There's nowhere to grill. But I don't know. I know they make inside grills now, but I don't have one.
Right. Well, put your shish kebab in the oven, or you can do it on there if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you can roast some vegetables. I wonder
if you can do tofu as a shish kebab.
You could add
I just learned I made some and it was not firm, and she told me, we were talking on the phone, she said you have to squeeze out all the water.
Right, that's right.
Really make it dry, and then it will work better.
You have to squeeze out all the water. And,
sounds like this could be a activity for you to do, is maybe go buy some tofu and have her show you how to make it.
That's true.
I make it a lot. I make it a lot, and sometimes I press it and sometimes I don't. But I saw on the internet a lot of people put it in the freezer, and they say, and then defrost it, and they said they like the texture very much. But I have tofu in the house all the time.
It resembles a meat texture when you refreeze it and thaw it out. But you can get firm, not so firm. Then there's the tofu get in the container where it is a little bit soft, and you can make the mayo out of the mayonnaise and things out. Anyone else? Oh, someone says eggless egg salad. Oh yeah, that sounds good.
That's one of our favorite recipes. One of our favorite recipes to make sandwiches.
Sounds like for Easter, although I celebrate Passover instead, but eggs are for both of those holidays.
Yeah, they are.
Or serve eggs, maybe deviled eggs.
So if she eats eggs, that would be something. I don't know if she does or not.
Yeah.
Eggs would be a choice.
And you could also make her a chickpea. It's very, very good, and it's easy. You can go on the internet, a chickpea salad, and it really tastes like tuna.
Really?
Yes.
Mash it with
That's-
capers, celery, capers, and put anything in it, and it really is delicious.
I will
So
look
you
for that.
make it like you would make your normal tuna fish, you just wouldn't have your tuna.
Right,
Right.
you'd have
Do you
chickpea
put
and
mayonnaise in it? I've been using avocado for so many things as a
Oh.
replacement for mayonnaise. It
I
comes
do
out
too.
really well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You and I
Ooh,
cook
how
a
do you do
lot,
that?
I think, or like the same things.
How do you
Yeah.
make avocado mayonnaise?
You make avocado mayonnaise?
How do you do that?
Oh, you just substitute. It's when you take it out of the shell, it's very creamy. You can
Mhm.
spread it on toast. I eat it almost every morning with a half a bagel. I spread it on there. So, I mean, you could put, you could use it any way you use eggs. And I put it in my tuna fish and egg salad. Delicious.
And there's a Trader Joe's, by the way, makes a very good, it's a seasoning, and I have to be very careful. I use it sparingly, but it's called Everything But the Bagel Seasoning, and it's delicious and
I have some
avocado.
of that, sprinkle it on a lot of things.
Right, I do too.
Yeah.
I
It's good
like
on
that.
salads. It's good
I'm
on
sorry.
salads. I
Right.
like everything bagels, and when I can't find them, I'll sprinkle that on top of the avocado on the bagel.
Right.
So it has that flavor.
That's what I do.
Yeah. I love just avocado on toast with,
I do too.
take your
Yes,
avocado
very
up.
good.
I like it with onion, garlic, and some lemon, be it lemon or lime squeezed. And it's wonderful on toast too.
You ever put sauerkraut on it? It sounds terrible,
I've
but
not tried it. I think I'll try it.
Sauerkraut, I love sauerkraut. I never thought about fixing it that way.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's you never know until you can try it. You can try something and you can like it, and then you go for it and you have it. You'll want to do it all the time.
Oh,
And
I tried last week for the first time the Impossible Burger, ground beef, just the ground beef. And it's not as good as ground beef, but it works. It works. I threw it into some cabbage soup that I made. And it was okay. It was okay.
Well, one of the things
I
that
bought it anticipating her visit, to
now
see.
some vegetarians and vegans have a desire not to have so much processed food, and so what happens is sometimes they consider Beyond Burger and some of the others as processed food.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so it just depends on how rigid you are as a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah, I thought of it as processed food, but I looked up some, I was reading the internet to find out, and there's a lot of scientific evidence that it's very healthy for you. And so that's why I bought it.
Yeah. She may enjoy it. I was just saying that for some, she may enjoy it. Anyone else have any thoughts?
I have
ask what gumbo is?
Gumbo. Somebody was gumbo. Who talked about
Gumbo?
Gumbo.
Oh, there you are. You want to share that again?
I don't make it, but my husband does. Hey, Steve. He works from home, but he does a lot of processes, makes the big thing. I don't know what all he does, but Steve, he's working.
Okay.
He was starting to tell me, and then
I'm on the other line, huh?
oh, okay, he's busy.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
but
maybe we'll get back to you.
he puts lots of stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually that's another tradition in New Orleans and Louisiana.
Oh, he loves it.
With all the different three different kinds of meat and seafood and rice, and
that's what it is. Yeah.
Is gumbo the one that has
what?
Is gumbo the one that has okra in it?
Yes. Sometimes it depends on the person. Yes, it depends on their recipe. but they will have okra in it as well.
Well, he got his recipe originally off the internet by looking up gumbo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that reminds me.
He found a good
I'll
one.
tell y'all a secret about gumbo because I'm from Louisiana, South Louisiana, where everybody cooks gumbo. You can, the hardest part about gumbo is making the roux. It takes forever, right? And it's basically flour and oil that you're just stirring and stirring and stirring. You can buy the roux in a jar now.
Oh,
I don't know any Cajuns that make it homemade anymore.
Really?
And they also have a version that's like a powder version that I think, add water and you can microwave it now. Yeah, not worth the time.
Yeah. Well, Linda.
Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas for okra? I bought it frozen. And I just thought, I have to expand what I eat, but I don't know what to do with it. Because somebody told me it tastes like it's like chewing hard celery. That's what somebody said.
No.
I always put fresh okra in my vegetable soups. I love it in soup. A lot of people don't like okra, but I love it. I like to fry it. That may not be so healthy, but it's a vegetable. I'm Southern, so I like to fry everything.
Yeah.
That's
Fried okra.
Breaded.
And
I also know people that, I'm not an okra fan, but people that pickle it in a brine, and they said it was absolutely delicious. Or you could maybe just throw it the fresh in a jar with pickle juice, and I've done that with cucumbers, and it picks up the flavors.
Pickled okra is absolutely the best way to eat okra.
Yeah, well, let's go with Karen. Karen, it was saying something.
I said I get fresh okra. I cut it in small pieces. I spray very lightly oil on it, and I put it in the oven and bake it. And it comes crispy and good.
Ooh.
It doesn't run.
So it's like fried, but not really fried.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very little. I use very little oil.
Has anybody tried it in the air fryer?
Yeah, I cut it small little pieces, and I just take them eating all week.
Gayla, could she use the hot air fryer? Gayla, couldn't she use the hot air fryer for that?
I don't know why not.
Yeah.
I don't know why not.
I never thought about it.
That could be my downfall. I love
because
fried okra.
Each week.
You could take your frozen okra and mix it with some corn, fresh corn cut off the cob, and some fresh potatoes, dice it up, and then put whatever, like your bell peppers and onions and celery and stuff in it. It's a marvelous side dish. It can actually be amazing.
It sounds good. And throw some black beans in there, maybe? Or
yes, that's right. Marlene, I'm like you. I could talk about food all day.
But you need to throw okra in last when you're cooking, because I do it on top of the stove also with tomatoes and corn and everything. But I turn the flame off, and I throw the okra in, and I put a top on it. And okra, the heat from the other vegetables cause the okra to cook, but it's not slimy.
Yeah.
I put my okra in first because I like it to saute and pick up all the seasoning that I'll have in there before I put the other vegetables in.
But do you cut it? Do you cut your okra? Do you cut your okra?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
Another way.
A lot of people don't like the slime.
That's what I'm saying. So I thought mine at the end.
But then it might be that okra is not for you.
But that's okra. I love okra. But I like it firm.
They say it's good for the joints. It helps to get your joints. It keeps the lubrication. And it's often said that when vegetables look like something, or when something occurs with a vegetable, it's what it's good for. And the slime and all, they said it's supposed to be good for your muscles and your joints, the movement of it.
Oh,
it's like they say walnuts are supposed to be good for brain.
I have some frozen okra I've had for several months because I didn't know for sure what to do with it.
Okay, so now you know.
Yeah.
I have another idea for okra.
Okay.
To me, I like the pickled okra best, but another thing is Bloody Marys, pickled okra and Bloody Marys. And if you don't drink, make it a Virgin Mary. You're getting tomato juice, which is healthy. The okra is healthy. You stick some celery in there. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. It's delicious.
What
Yeah,
seasonings?
Susie, you're taking it to another level now, huh?
Yeah, I have a funny story to tell you about Bloody Marys. Two friends of mine and I went out to a restaurant in Dallas one time, and we're all from South Louisiana. So we ordered Bloody Marys, and we said, but we're from Louisiana, so we like it spicy. So the guy comes back, he's just watching us. And we're looking at each other like, what's he doing here? Just watching us, you know? So we took a sip. He had made it so spicy, we could not drink it.
Mm.
He got a good laugh out of that. And since it's April Fool's Day, I thought I'd share that.
Okay.
He's a wise
it is
guy.
April Fool's Day,
I have a question for Marlene and Gayla. Since I've been on your different show, your different classes. Yesterday I bought an air fryer, dehydrator, and everything. Now what can I dehydrate?
It's so funny that you ask.
Huh?
Because
what did you say? What can you dehydrate?
Yeah, I did it last night, and it's an air fryer, a broiler, a dehydrator, something else. Now what can I dehydrate?
That's good.
I made eggplant bacon over the weekend.
That's why I bought it. I need to work besides that.
I have some. Listen, I'm gonna leave the class to Gayla for another second, and I'll show you my crackers I made. Gayla.
Okay.
Karen, was that an all-in-one appliance?
Yes.
Where
do
you get
that's
it?
amazing.
Where do you get it?
I saw it on what's that thing? I shopped all the time. Home network shopping. Home shopping.
Oh, what's the name of it?
It's made by I don't know. Some of the appliance.
Have you used it yet?
No, I just ordered last night because of these two people over there.
The box.
These are my crackers.
I'm intrigued by that
These are my
snack that
crackers.
Gayla just had, because that's a healthy,
yes,
non-calorie type snack.
Right, and Marlene, something else you just eat.
What cracker? How did you make your cracker, Marlene?
The cracker is flaxseed, which is another good, oil. Flaxseed and sesame seeds.
Oh.
And, that's all I put in lime juice and the flax. Oh, I'm sorry, and I can't always say it. chia. Somebody say it for me.
Chia.
I have a problem with chia, but it makes for a very, it let it set.
Chia seed.
It's kind of slimy, and you pour it into the dehydrated tray, and it's I can still see the seeds in them. I don't know if you can see the seeds are. So flaxseed is a good. It helps. It's a good fiber. You need to have more fiber in your diet anyway. So I usually do it in the morning. I put fiber in my green drink, but I also try to eat more fiber.
Gayla, is your thing that your appliance like Karen's?
No, mine is just a dehydrator.
I'm gonna tell you what brand it is in a minute.
Karen, you can dehydrate and you can air fry as well. And
yes,
what was the
for it right now?
It's just those.
Yeah, she's going to look it up.
Is it big enough to make enough for more than one person?
Yes. But I'm trying to find it. I can't get in this stupid
So
thing.
Marlene, while she's looking for that, Marlene.
How expensive is it and how big is it?
Howard has one for about
$200. It was $200.
It was how much?
$200.
$200. Okay, that's a good deal because I have a dehydrator. I paid $3 something for mine.
Okay, can't get in here.
So that's a good deal. Someone was saying something, Pat.
Yeah, Marlene. Yeah,
Yes.
I was trying to find out how did you dehydrate your cracker?
The crackers. Oh, all I did, I
You
used
just had a regular cracker.
No, I use a dehydrator, and I don't know.
Yeah, I got the dehydrator.
And I use the flaxseed and sesame seed.
And your own recipe?
You know what? No, it's not. It was a recipe that I saw in the book, and I can tell you the recipe in a moment. I'll look it up while
Oh,
this was
I have to
talking.
eat gluten-free. I
Three
wonder if
things.
I guess you could use a flour that's gluten-free.
Well, this is not flour. There's nothing but seeds.
Oh, really?
Now you got my
All
attention.
that white looks like it must be, it's
The
just hard
white
to
is the
see.
sesame
Yeah.
seeds. The white is the sesame
How
seeds.
interesting.
The brown is the flax. And
Ooh.
you know,
Oh, wow.
again, flaxseed will make a gelatinous kind of when it sets, and so that's what you're seeing. But
Oh, okay.
and it's
Well, if
very
you could,
thin, very thin.
yeah, if you could get that recipe, I
I
appreciate
will.
that.
Yeah, I will do that. I have the book.
Okay.
But I do have a question for everybody. We were talking about the dehydrator, and I'll try to send some more recipes to use the dehydrator on it, because yesterday I just made a burger, and I'll have to get up and go in the kitchen to get that. But the burger looks like it's cooked.
You dehydrated a burger? Is that what you just said?
But it wasn't beef. It was a veggie burger.
This is me making my confused face because I can't even understand.
It was
Marlene,
a veggie
what
burger.
holds all those seeds together?
The flaxseed, substance, whatever the substance is, the gelatin. It's a gelatin kind of, you know, when you make the flax egg. Have you ever made a flax egg, anyone? Well, the flax egg is it's gelatinous. You got your hand up, Gayla?
Yeah, it's like that and the chia seeds. It just makes a goo, right?
It's just a goo. Like she says, a goo. Good. That's a good what's the name to put it. And you just put it in the oven, and now this one cooked. I think this was like 10. Remember, dehydrator is very low. Mine is at 105. It cooked in 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
But that's what you do when you're trying to preserve the nutrition. See, you're not killing all the nutrition when you put it in the oven, and you put it in the oven over that, you're killing a lot of your nutrition. So it's no need of eating healthy if you're not going to make sure that the food you prepare is healthy. You know, trying to eat healthy, make sure that the food you prepare is healthy. So the dehydrator helps to prevent loss of so much nutrition in your food when you cook it.
Okay,
So
it
you
was
put all that on your tray.
Yes, I have 5 trays to my dehydrator. My dehydrator is Excalibur, so I have 5 trays, and I can pull it out, and I cook that, and I also cook my burgers the same time. So I have trays, and my dehydrator is probably as large as a let me think, maybe the size of what would I say?
A book, maybe?
No, larger.
No, it's big, right?
Like a toaster oven?
Larger than a toaster oven.
Mine is
wider than a toaster oven. It's wider than a toaster oven.
Okay.
And it's deeper too.
Yeah.
Because I have trays there.
found the brand I ordered. It was a
What
ninja.
about the size of a keg? A keg.
Say it again.
Okay, the
Say it
brand.
again, Karen.
Okay, Ninja. It's a Ninja brand, and it's 6-in-1 indoor grill, air fryer. It does 6 jobs, and one's the dehydrator.
Well, Karen, are you going to come to the kitchen tech class next Wednesday? Will you bring it?
I come. If it's here, I won't be here the 10th, so I'll bring it to 2 weeks after that.
Okay, all right. So that we can talk about it. I have a kitchen tech class next Wednesday where we just talk about all our appliances, and I'm going to ask Marlene to show us what her dehydrator looks like next Wednesday.
But I come to all your classes, yours and Marlene's, every Wednesday and Thursday, and Linda's on Thursday. Those are my 3
Now, this
favorites.
is the burger.
Look at that.
The veggie burger. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what you're seeing is the red peppers. Let's see, I have carrots in here. I have grated carrots. I have grated beets. I have the kitchen sink, right? No, I have it's like I have a preponderance of vegetables in here. And I did put some flax flour in it because, again, I wanted to hold it together. I have onions, peppers, and it's really it's a vegetable, it's a vegetable burger. See how brown it is?
Mm-hmm.
So it does change colors because I do add a liquid amino and to it. So that's probably some of the brown that you're seeing, as well as, with the carrots and things like that. And then I just store it in the refrigerator, and I warm it up with the dehydrator when I want to eat it. And I made about 8 of these this time. And so, it works. And like I keep telling people,
Do you freeze them?
Pardon me?
You freeze them.
Yes, I can. I can freeze them as well. And it helps me when I'm in a rush and sometimes I just don't want to cook, but I want to eat. So it's like quick and easy to go in that freezer and thaw it out and thaw my beans out or whatever else I'm having with it. But Pat had a question and I wanted to address it. Pat, what were you asking before?
Oh, no, when you were describing the size of your dehumidifier?
No, my dehydrator.
Dehydrator, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was just asking if it was the size of a keg of beer. You know how big they are, like a barrel?
No, you know what it's the size of? If you have pillows on your couch, that may be a good example. If you have pillows on your pillows that you're sitting on, and you sometimes will have 3 of them, or you have 2. You have 3. If you have 3 a 3-pillow couch, mine is the size of one of those pillows.
Okay.
Does that help to give you a picture? I'm sorry.
Can you put kale in that and make it into kale chips?
Yes, you can. You can make kale chips. You can make sweet potato chips. You can make beet chips. Those are all possible. And I think the kale chips, and you can just season your kale chips and put them in there.
Right. Because I buy the kale chips, but it would be better if I was making, and I do make them in the oven every now and then. But the other thing, Karen, is maybe you could try the okra in there and make okra chips.
Yeah, that's true, Oak. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I have a question.
Yes.
I wonder, you know how like dried fruit is very, very high in sugar and carbs. Yeah. So I was wondering if dehydrating makes things, changes the chemistry of it. It makes it higher in carbs.
Well, it's dry, but you know what? The problem with dried fruit too is the pseudophyte that's on it too. And if you dehydrate it, all the sweetness seems to come to the top of the vegetable. I mean, the fruit to me. So if I do watermelon, I dry it, it's like candy. But that's really not, but it's no sugar added. So I haven't added any sugar. It's the natural sugar of the fruit. If I do peaches, I've seen the same thing. Strawberries, strawberries they're in season and they're good, they're sweet, they're good. But I tell you, the watermelon, I do that in the summer. I love to do my watermelon because I just feel like I'm eating candy guilt-free. I don't know.
I think that's the issue with the dehydrated fruits is it's so concentrated, and because it shrivels up, you tend to eat a lot more of it. So you really have to watch the portions on dried fruits.
Marlene,
yes,
I have a question. Are you going to talk about how you prepare the hearts of palm? Is that the idea? I'm just trying to figure out if that's the idea. Other than sending the recipe, could you, since this is getting close to the end of the hour, could you discuss how you prepare it in case we have any questions?
Sure, I can. Well, I have the recipe in front of me somewhat. With the hearts of palm, what I usually do is I rinse it. I will rinse each one of you get maybe 5 or 6 in a can.
Right.
And I will take them out of the brine and I rinse them really well. And once I rinse them, I put them in a bowl and I will usually shred them. And I use 2 forks. And if you can imagine me doing with the fork down, I shred them. So I shred them, and then I might cut them up after I shred them, cut them up so it's chunky. I don't want it mealy, I want it chunky. And once I do that, then I can use that to begin to make my put all my seasoning in. So I put all my seasoning in, and I will put, you'll see that sometimes I put a little bit of flour, and I'm using oat flour now. And if you don't know how to, if you don't buy the oat flour, you can make oat flour, put it in your blender, put some oatmeal in your blender and run it, and it will make it will make flour. And so I'll put some flour in it so it'll be able to stick together a little bit, because I don't want it to be, I don't want it to fall apart. And then with the various seasoning that you have that I share with you, you can choose not to use the seasoning, or you can. I put a little cayenne pepper in mine. Some people don't like that. Some people, if I put Old Bay in there, sometimes I don't put cayenne pepper in it, because cayenne pepper and Old Bay, both of them can be kind of hot, right? And you're optional if you want to use salt. I try not to use salt since I have the other seasoning that's involved in it. Let's see. And then when you make it into I can make it a little ball, or you can pat it so it's shaped, and you start to put that into your batter. If you want to make a batter, you may not want to do a batter. You may just want to just put it in the oven and kind of warm it up, or cook it in the oven. But I make a batter, and what the batter is I put almond milk and lemon in one bowl, and I do that so that the milk can sour a little bit. In the second bowl, I would put my almond flour, and then what's in my third bowl, you guys? I can remember. I'm throwing a blank. In the third bowl is I've got the milk in one, I got the almond flour in the other. Oh, the breadcrumbs. I got the breadcrumbs in the third bowl. And so I do, I first put it in my first bowl. Then I put it in the first bowl I put in is flour. The second bowl is almond milk. I put it back into the flour, back into the almond milk, and then finally into the breadcrumbs. And then I put it on the tray. And you can use a spray, like a no stick spray, or you can use some of those silicone things that they use that doesn't stick. Just you can do that. But I would suggest that if you're going to make it chunky and to hold it together, add some flour to it, so it can you can pat it and make a little ball with it, or make a patty with it.
I feel so stupid and dumb, but what is hearts of palm? And when you get through cooking it, is it a fish or what is it?
It's actually a vegetable, but you're trying to make it appear as it's a fish. It's a mock meat, so it's actually a vegetable.
What does it start out
palm
with?
Tree.
What does it start out? You grow it in the garden, or what is it?
Yeah, you do. You grow it, but you grow it. It's a tree. It's part of a tree, a palm tree.
Oh,
so it's not something that we can probably do, except for maybe some of you guys in other states over here. Some of our states can grow all those things. Not me. Detroit's too cold. I can't do anything with the hearts of palm tree. With a palm tree.
Can I just mention something to the lady who is in pink? I don't know her name, but it's really delicious, and it's delicious in salads. And if you go in fancy restaurants, you often see hearts of palm salad, or a salad that has hearts of palm in it. It's delicious, and it's considered I hate to use the word gourmet. It's it's so overused, but anyway, it's delicious.
It is delicacy,
and it's easy to use.
And the texture of it is so nice.
Texture, right?
It's got the texture of a scallop or shrimp or something of that nature. That's that texture. But make sure that I'm really pushing to make sure that when you do the hearts of palm and you do it and you ground it up, or you make sure you put some flour, because it's going to have to hold together so that you can put it in all those dips.
Right.
I've even used flax powder. And I should have put that on the recipe. You guys, when you get the recipe, add that. I probably should have put some flax flour in that mixture for the hearts of palm, because that'll help to hold it together so it won't fall apart. Okay, I'm going to give you the cracker. I'm sorry.
I have a question about flax seed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading that you need to grind it.
No, you can buy it already. Let me just say, can you see this little label here? This is from Trader Joe's. This is the way I buy it. Flaxseed meal. It's like a powder. That's the ground up version of what Marlene is talking about.
Okay.
And what I used was the actual seed for the crackers. And if you're going to do the flax powder or seed, you should refrigerate them. They are oil, and they have an oily substance. They're oil, so that you want to make sure that they don't become rancid on you, so you want to make sure that. So I refrigerate mine.
Well, I've got seed. So do you just use like a mortar and pestle to grind it?
For what?
For flaxseed. I already bought it.
You can buy it already ground. It's already.
I bought the seed.
If
you
have
a coffee grinder? You have a coffee grinder?
Yes.
You can grind it in the grinder. I've done it in the grinder.
Yeah, that's what I did. In fact, that's how I use mine too. I don't generally have a seed, but I bought it just because I wanted to try this recipe. But usually I have mine. I'm sorry, I don't usually have the flour. I bought the flour because of my drink that I wanted to do, but the seeds I usually get. So I want to give you the recipe for the garlic sesame crackers before time runs out.
Oh, I thought you were going to send that.
You know what? I'm not good at writing stuff in this chat, or I make mistakes. Okay, I'll try.
I'm talking about when you do your other, the hearts of palm, and you're going to send it with your notes?
That's already been sent. I'd send mine.
I didn't get it.
You won't get it until after
the class.
You won't get it until after the class. So
well, you want to talk it out?
Yeah, let me talk it out, please. It's called garlic sesame seeds crackers, and it's not bad. It's not a long recipe. 1/2 cup of flaxseed.
Can't make this.
Okay.
1/4 cup of sesame seeds.
Okay.
1/2 of a lime. 1/2 juice of a lime.
Fresh.
Yes. Ready?
Okay.
1 teaspoon of garlic powder.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of sea salt.
What?
Sea salt.
I don't get
sea salt. Yeah.
Yeah, sea salt. SALT.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay. 1 cup of water.
Does it have to be cold or just tap it, or?
It's tap water.
Okay.
So now there is a process to this. The flax seeds and the sesame seeds, I did them together and I soaked them in water overnight.
Soak overnight.
Mm-hmm. And
wait, didn't you say this had chia seeds in it too?
I thought it did not. I'm sorry, it didn't.
Okay.
I don't see it on here.
But you could add it if you wanted to.
Yes, I might have added them because that's what I do.
Because you had them. Okay, so.
Marlene, will this be in the after class notes?
No, it won't be, because I can send it for next time, but I did not, this wasn't one of the recipes that I came up with.
Okay,
can you put it in next times then?
I will. I'll do that. I'll do that as well too.
Okay, thank you.
So you're going to soak them overnight in water, and then you're going to take all of the ingredients and put them in a food processor. And you process it. Now you're going to ask, well, what about the water? Soaking it in water. Well, if you know anything about flax and seeds, they've soaked it all up, so it's all gummy.
Okay.
So you don't have to pour anything off of it. You process the ingredients in a food processor, and you spread the mixture on a Telflex sheet. And that's that silicone or Telflex, or you either spray some
parchment.
Parchment is good too.
Okay.
And you let it cook, or you let it.
This is on your dehydrator and not your oven, correct?
Right. And you probably can put it in your oven, but I wouldn't know. It would have to be on the lowest temperature an oven go uses about 175. But like I said, mine is 105 degrees.
No, I need to use my dehydrator, so.
Yeah, and I do it for 5 hours. Then you might want to flip it. But it would depend on your dehydrator on if it's going to be 5 hours, 6 hours, or 7 hours. You've got to look at that consistency, and you're going to see that the top is shiny and hard, and you will know that it's time to flip it over so that you can do the other side. And usually the other side takes less than the amount of time it took initially.
So you said 170 is your degree on your dehydrator?
105 is mine.
Oh, 105, okay.
So we got flaxseed, sesame seeds.
A half a cup of flax, a fourth a cup of sesame, chia if you want to, a half of lime juice, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of sea salt, and a cup of water.
Right.
And you want to soak it overnight.
I always add onions to mine. Onions, I can't do without onions and garlic, but
onions and garlic go together.
I know. I know.
And so about the same teaspoon for the onion?
Yes, yes.
So you want us to do the onion powder and not the regular onion?
Right. The powder, if you desire. So
have you ever done it with the fresh?
I did it with the powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marlene, thank you.
You guys have been great.
Thank you for another wonderful
all of your information. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all your information.
When is your
Always a pleasure, Marlene. Thank you.
You guys meet every week?
We meet every other week.
Every other week.
Yeah,
but Linda will meet Thursday. So Linda is Linda, tell her.
The alternate Thursday, when Marlene's class doesn't meet, I have an interest group also about learning about being a vegetarian or vegan
or plant-based.
Or plant-based. Just including it in your food plan. It doesn't mean you have to be all vegan or all vegetarian. It's just learning.
Linda, when is that? Because I am totally plant-based. So tell me I didn't know you had a class. So tell me what it's called and when it is.
Well, it's an interest group. So that will be next Thursday at 2:00. That's the 8th, April 8th.
Right.
And on the 15th, it's Marlene's. And then on the 22nd, it's mine about, just learning about plant-based food. So
it's 11 o'clock Pacific time.
Pardon?
It's 11 o'clock Pacific time.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Right. 2 p.m.
Yeah. I'm in Mountain Time. So
it's 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay. And what's the name of the class?
Plant-based eating. Plant-based eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
and it's a very interesting class.
Yeah, and it's fun.
3 classes.
It's just like ours. It's fun.
Wednesday. Gail has a Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, Gail is, and then alternating Thursdays with Linda and Marlene. They're very interesting classes. Groups, not classes.
Yeah.
So I I hope they're not going to kick us off, you guys.
I'm sure they are.
After 3.
Let's say, get out of there.
But
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
See
right.
you next
Victor,
week. Everybody. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you for
Victor,
everything.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Victor and Phil, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Molly.
Marlene.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
I'll send you a text if I make them cookies, them crackers.
Oh, I guess so. I want you to do that.